I'm live. Hey guys, it's Bob Ferngren, and I'm back with another 8-minute video. My videos are all about network marketing and helping you cut down your learning curve. See, I've been in network marketing now for 19 years, and I've been through all of the evolutions from literally, talking to people face to face in the cold market, all the way up to this brand new world of social media interactions, social media prospecting. Love it, love it, love it. You know what I love most is this business really challenge you to keep growing. I mean, it's just like unlike anything else. I mean, kind of when you know everything in certain industries, you're capped. Here, your income is really only capped by you and your personal growth. So that's why I love doing these videos and sharing my experience. And here's a technique for prospecting, and that's what I'm going to get into, a series of do this now. This is called the Do This Now series, because if you do this now, you're in action, and action can only lead to good things. Even bad action, if you're reasonably intelligent, can lead to good things. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're reasonably intelligent and you've erred or made a mistake and you're committed to your goals and dreams, you just adjust, learn from it, and get back up to bat again. That's how champions play. Champions make mistakes all the time, but the best thing about making mistakes is that's where your corrections are. That's why most people don't make it in network marketing. Their fear holds them back. They allow their fear to be more important to them than their purpose. I mean, literally, more important to them than their children. Whoa, that's not right, Bob. Well, I only look at reality. I only look at reality. Somebody tells me on the front end of this deal, hey, I want to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. I'm willing to put in the time. I really need to do that so I can spend time with my family. It's clearly proven that you can make $500 to $1,000 in just about any network marketing company with some decent level of effort, not a ton of effort. And then they don't do the things that would have gotten them that extra $1,000 a month. Then they just have to look in the mirror. To me, their purpose isn't as important to them as their fear or what others think of them, which is a form of fear, right? Okay, so here's a just do it now moment, right? And by the way, I've studied many top network marketers, so this isn't just a Bob technique. I mean, I've heard this from others. Here's the deal. We have to get people's attention. I mean, you're going nowhere unless they stop for that half a second and say, what's this guy saying to me, right? Or what's this gal got to say? They got to stop. Remember, everyone thinks they're too busy. They're not too busy. They just want to get back to the entertainment that they have on their smartphone. The cat videos and playing games and interacting, complaining about life, getting, just off into other tangents. They think that's actually doing something. And by the way, even the busiest, this is what I've learned, the busiest of people do this better than anyone. The people who aren't very busy don't do very good here anyways. Technique, here we go. The whole idea is to get someone's attention. So I'm gonna bring it first to the best way to do it. You simply pick up this phone and you record a video message and you send it to whoever the prospect is, because you already have committed to working from a list. That's where champions live. I don't know anybody in sales of any form that doesn't work from a list. If you don't have a list, you're pretending here. So you have a list. You have a list of names of people that you want to share the opportunity with. We know that we live in a world where people don't answer the phone anymore, so you simply send a voice video message. They see your face, and it's this simple. Hey, Sally, I know you're busy. I'm busy. I've got something that I'm really excited about. Hope you keep your options open. Would you be willing to give me 15 minutes to share it with you? Send. What's going to happen? Well, here's what's going to happen. You're probably going to get, hopefully, a positive response. You might get a no. I'm not interested in anything that could be beneficial to me. Or you could get ghosted. And we'll talk about that in a second. So you're sending a message. It's very direct. They see your eyes. They hear your heart. And you just are really serious. You would really love 15 minutes of their time. And I would probably finish with, by the way, 9 o'clock tonight works for me, or 2 o'clock tomorrow works for me. See, here's the deal. And get this, and you'll get really wealthy. The game isn't how many messages someone sends out. The game isn't how many people you talk to about your opportunity. Hello from Louisiana. The game isn't, how many people you have on the list. The game is, how many meetings do you have? How many meetings do you have on your calendar? I mean, it's literally, who are you talking to now, and who are you talking to next? That can only be derived from a list, and so that list is your capital that must turn into meetings. Guys, do you really think there's any way you could get back and forth in a text message and find out, things about your new prospect, their family, what they like to do, what they do for a living, how many kids, those type of things, what are the kids' names? So you got to do that care part first. Then ask some good questions like, so are you interested in extra income? You know why I shut my mouth then? Because you don't want to talk. You want them to talk. And even if there's uncomfortable silence, some people are processors and they got to process everything. So you got to keep your mouth shut so they can process. Don't throw something else at them. So would you be interested in extra income? That's a yes or no to me. Great. How much money a month would make a difference for you? Let's say they say $750 a month or whatever number. Great. What would you do with that $750 a month? What would that do for you? And you listen. You listen. So if I could show you a way that could help you earn $750 in a fairly reasonable time, is that something you'd like to know more about? You can't do that in a back and forth text message. I guess you can, but you're not in control of anything. So what you're really fighting for is either a face-to-face meeting or a telephone conversation, or in today's world, some type of a video conference, so that you can look them in the eye, ideally. Again, it's face-to-face, now it's video, now it's phone. Those are probably the priorities. And that's really the best way to help anyone, is to ask those questions. There's no profession that you walk in, you say, hey, we're new to Orlando, we want to buy a house. And the real estate gal grabs you and just starts showing you houses. She hasn't asked you anything. She hasn't asked you about your income, about your credit. She hasn't asked you about your preferences, about what type of neighborhood, what type of schools. Can you imagine actually putting someone like that to work with no information? She hasn't even gotten to know you. So any professional asks great questions, builds a relationship. I mean, those things have to happen. And so the reason I emphasize the meetings, and we're going to talk more about meetings in this Just Do It Now thing, it's critically important. Here's where this technique started for me. I used to call people when they answered the phone, and I would say, hey, Joe, I'm really busy right now. I guess you're busy. But the only reason I'm calling is I need about 15 minutes of your time to share something with you. These 2 times work for me. Do they work for you? I've got an appointment. My goal was always to get off the phone in 60 seconds. You see, if you stay on the phone, you're going to start opening the curtains. Opening the curtains. Who's in control of their business? You or your prospect? You are. You see, when you start opening the curtains, the prospect's mind is going into places that you can't control. So you want to open the curtains when they have agreed to have a meeting. I believe this. I believe you have to be as mysterious and as interesting as possible to get the meeting. to get the meaning. If the fish knew that that lure had hooks, would the fish go near the lure? No. Your hook is your heart. They can't get your heart in a flash conversation. Your hook is where you're going and why you're doing it. You can't get that done in a short, I just ran into somebody and you try to do a presentation on the spot. Hello. So I would either have that conversation or it would go into voicemail. Now, if it went into voicemail, here's what I said. Hey, Joe, it's really important that you call me back. I've got something I need to talk to you about ASAP. And then I would follow it up with a text. Hey, Joe, listen to the voicemail. Now, Joe calls back because I haven't told him anything. So he's like, well, hey, Joe, listen, I'm busy because I'm always busy. You're always busy, right? I don't have time to talk to you right now, but I've got something that I think would really be great for you. Again, I'm busy right now. So does 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for just 15 minutes to share it with you. The game, the goal is meetings. Yes, you have to have a list. Yes, you need to do messaging. Yes, you need to do reach outs, talk to people real time, make more friends, all that stuff. But in fact, why are you doing all that? You're doing all that we do to have more meaningful meetings where you ask great questions, listen, and then position what we do as a solution. So my challenge to you today is go send your very first voice video message requesting 15 minutes. You can do it. If you do it now, that's great. If you procrastinate, you may never do it, and you may miss that person that right now could make all the difference. Hey, let's go.